Chippies, lamb chicken cheese. Sauce. More sauce. Not enough sauce, in fact.
Hot sauce.
And could have used some more cheese.
Is this kebab time?
But, all in all, I'm happy with it. I am happy with it.
How much did that set you back?
That was a whole $16.50. I needed a sponsor. Kebab time sponsor.
Pretty good. I need to have some food. I'm interrupting this broadcast you're watching to let you know that Keep It Reet's Battle Royale Round 2 is going on this Friday. What's the date, Joe? May the 5th. This Friday, Round 2 of the Keep It Reet Battle Royale Competition Drift Series. If you haven't already got your tickets, make sure you jump on it. It's going down Calder Park Raceway. Chelsea Denofa, Formula Drift driver, is coming from America to pilot the RB20 AU100 Beast. You don't want to miss it. We'll see you there. All right, back to the other AU. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Keep It Reet YouTube video, to another Kang episode with your host, J Scott Drifts, and our sidekick, Tarly, who's eating food. As per usual, we got an AU100 sitting here. Oof, this is the pinnacle of Ford AU Falcons. If you haven't seen it already, here she is. You're about to get an in-depth walk around because we're gonna be doing a full build cost breakdown of this thing. Content's running a little dry at the minute. We'll do something, keep you guys entertained, keep supplying the goods. We got a lot of sick content in the works coming up. So stick around, subscribe if you're new. Hit the like button, please, that'd be nice. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of cool stuff coming up, but in the meantime, why not do a cost breakdown of the world's most gangster Ford Falcon AU. This thing's had way too much money spent on it, and I think everyone's gonna be really upset when we hear about the total figure spent on this thing. We have had a lot of companies sponsor the build and help us out, but I'm gonna be giving the prices to you as if you were to buy them all for yourself.
Selling a Sparko steering wheel?
Hell no. When I even pay retail for it.
So it's not gonna be exactly what we spent on it, but it's still gonna be expensive. Alrighty, so yeah, this is her. It's a 2000 Ford Falcon AU Fairmont, don't know. It's got a Fairlane front end. It's big turbo, it's sick, it sounds really cool, and it looks like a Chaser. So yeah, we've done a Chaser conversion to it. I guess we'll start with that. So, we bought the car off our friend Age. It was a drift car, it was green, it was gross, it was stock. That was $4,500. Where are we tallying it? Over here? Over there? That's the tally. $4,500. It chopped springs, eBay coils up front. It has chat seats, but the stuff we kept in the car that we can include in the $4,500 is it's got a half cage, surge tank, and an 044 external pump in the boots, and it has a dual caliper hydro setup. So that's your $4,500, gets you an AU. It did have cut and shut knuckles, but we don't have them in there anymore, so we're not gonna be talking about that, but $4,500 for the base. We then went ahead and spent way too much money on the Fairlane front end conversion. So that included guards, bonnet, grille, headlights, and a front bar, which we're not running. But the Fairlane front end conversion, I'm pretty sure Jason paid $1,400 for it. Yeah, I think they're pretty hard to get, and I mean, it's a lot of panels. So like the lights alone might be $400, and then you got a bonnet and guards and bumper and grille, and it adds up. But I think you paid too much. We then bought the body kit. So it's a full JZX 100 body kit from our guys at Moto Kits, eBay brand, knockoff stuff. It's not cheap though. I looked it up before. We did get a deal on it because we bought a bucketload of parts, but we got the front bar, the side skirts, and the rear bar all up $1,500. Add that up there. Body kits ain't cheap, boy. We'll walk around. We'll go to the rear. So yeah, she's spicy if you haven't seen. Ooh. We got the Mars Performance eBay Chaser taillights. They were $400. We have a custom boot lip. That was $50 because I made it out of sheet metal and it sucked to make. We're not including labor in this. Do it yourself. The roof wang, 200 bucks, eBay. We got weather shields and side skirt extensions coming in at around $300. More eBay goodies. Got the weld-on flares from our boys at Plus 389. Struggled to find prices for them, but my estimate from what I did see, it's about 500 bucks for the metal weld-on flares. We have tinted windows, $300. Not bad. And we also have the JZX 100 fog lights in the front bar, eBay, 60 bucks. That is like the parts. Then we, of course, painted it. Metallic, gunmetal, it's spice. Don't get too close, you might see some sand marks. Yeah, so the paint, primer, bog, and all the consumables, we're gonna say 800 bucks. We then hired a booth to paint it in, which is 350 bucks to hire the booth. So 1150. Add that to this already extensive list of dollars, dollar signs. Yeah, and then she looked like this, and it's spicy, and I love it, and it's my favorite car here, and that's it. I think I got everything. That's pretty much it for the exterior, and it looks spicy. We're not including wheels, because wheels are subject to $200 to $8,000. So we're not including wheels. These VSKFs are probably for the set that aren't matching $4,000 or something, I'd say. But we're not including that, because who puts VSKFs on an AU? That's what I'm saying. Before we get into the spicy big turbo intake setup, we'll jump in the interior and have a quick look at that. In here, we bought it as a drift car, so it was actually gutted. So we actually bought some brand new aftermarket carpet. That was only $150, which is pretty cool. And it fits up like it was only $150. It's like, yes. Also bought rear seats and seat belts, $80 from the wreckers, just to give it that street vibe, you know? And so we could put the boys in the back at Summernats. Seats, we bought these Velo Racing genuine bucket seats, secondhand for 600 bucks. That was an absolute steal. Looks like we got some Crank Motorsport rails, so they'll come in at around 200 bucks. Hope you're having fun tallying all this up while you're editing. We got a secondhand 90 coming in at $350 and a Boss kit, which isn't on my list, but we're gonna say that's $150. They're expensive. We also have some super cheap auto gauges. We got the boost and the water temps, cheap, 40 bucks each. 80 bucks. That's pretty much it. Like I said, it came with the handbrake already. We won't get into the gearbox or the sensors just yet. It's got a fire extinguisher. 40 bucks. Came with the car. That was in the $4,500. Don't add it on. That's pretty much her. It's a nice interior. I do like it. We've got the Broadway mirror. Don't know what they're worth, so not including. Yeah, that's it for the interior. Nice and simple. I like it. Ooh, that's spicy. So we got the standard 300,000 kilometer old 4-litre Intech. Haven't touched it, just got bolt-ons. So starting with the hot side, we've got a secondhand 6-boost manifold that gives us all those crispy noises. I think we paid 800 bucks for that. Dropped off too, that's convenience. We then, of course, have our Hypergear ATR 45 turbo, ball bearing, no anti-surge. It's a spicy turbo, same one we run on the barrel wags. I believe around $1,500, depending on what variances you get. Could go up a little bit, but we're saying 1,500 bucks. Chuck that up there. Wastegate, secondhand, so we're gonna say about 300 bucks. We had it lying around. Secondhand wastegates, they exist. I'm not putting all brand new parts on the price because we didn't buy brand new parts for it. Cooler piping and exhaust materials, I'm saying around 700 bucks. Stainless ain't cheap. V-band, exhaust, 4-inch dump pipe, screamer pipe. Yeah, adds up pretty quickly. We also have a PWR intercooler up the front. Don't know what we paid for it because Spono's bruz, and they also sent it out unwelded because we needed it now. For at least $1,000. PWR ain't cheap, but chuck that up there. Standard radiator, we have a ProFlow coolant reservoir, overflow expansion tank thing, whatever you want to call it. Boys at Pertec Bayswater hooked it up. I'm gonna say $250. We got a SAS Boost T, $70. All the turbo lines and fittings, so it's all braided Teflon, all the good stuff. Hooked it up by Pertec Bayswater, but we're gonna say $300 ish, roughly, more or less. Computer, we got the TI Performance J3 chip, which comes in at $250. We also have the 2-bar map sensor from them, $70. 1000cc injectors, $700. And the Tech Edge wideband kit, $450. There's also a custom tune, you could say, which TI Performance sells for an extra $250. So you can get all your mods chucked onto your J3 chip and you can go do mad doses in your turbo AU Falcon. That's it for the engine package, more or less. Moving into the driveline, we got the spicy MPC twin plate sprung clutch for a Barra, bolt straight on. We've used one in the wagon before, it's okay. That'll definitely hold all the powers. It's probably like 1,000 horsepower clutch, but that's in there. We didn't pay full price for it, but it's probably gonna set you back about $2.5 grand. Then behind that, we got the TR6060 gearbox out of an FG Falcon. That's gonna set you back about $3,500. Yeah, we better hide this video from Jason, I reckon. We then have a custom tail shaft from GJ Drivelines. The boys hooked it up once again, but we're gonna say your custom tail shaft probably gonna set you back as little as $600. Yeah, might be a little bit dearer than that. Anyway, $600. We did originally have the standard one just with a TR6060 slip yoke put on the end. And how much did that cost? Really? They mustn't have known who you were. They didn't give you the Kang price. Damn, son, that's expensive. Well, it was $400 if you want to use the standard tail shaft. We snapped it in half. I'll go get it. Hold on. What is? So, if you weren't aware, I don't think foam makes for a good tail shaft. So, to be honest though, it survived a fair few clutch kicks, and I was messing around at an event on a Zeknova R1 265. It's like a 140 treadwear tire, and I tried to boot the clutch. Snap. If you were only running street tires, it probably would have been fine. Anyway, that happened. That's the driveline, standard diff and axles, just welded, and yeah. We also did have the Melwood Auto hydraulic clutch pedal conversion kit because we wanted it to be nice. $850 with a reservoir. That's not cheap. We've actually just ripped it out of this car and put it in the AU Ute because we want the Ute to be nice for Chelsea to know for to drive with the Battle Royale. So I think I know we bought a BA clutch pedal kit. So brake, clutch, throttle, drive-by-wire throttle, hydraulic clutch pedal. I'm gonna like slap that in there maybe and convert it to a BA ECU with drive-by-wire so it's a bit more tunable and we can get this thing on the dyno. Tossing up whether to just put a Haltech in it though. But anyway, we'll get to that. But yeah, include the clutch because that's what was in it. Right now it has 0 clutch pedal. Steering and suspension. It's sitting pretty on the Shockworks coilovers, of course. So custom Shockworks coilovers. The boys hooked it up. If you want yourself a set, might set you back 2.5 grand, roughly. There you go. They're spicy. And in the front, we've got the full AU House lock kit with the braided brake line. So the camber plates, cut and shut knuckles that they do, and the extended brake line. Steers amazing, gets good lock. That is gonna set you back. I think like the base kit for knuckles and brake line is 600 bucks. And then you pay a little bit extra if you want like the tie rod and camber plate. So we're gonna say 650 bucks. We do have some custom wheel spaces on this thing. If you haven't seen, she got about 80 mil wheel space out the front. Pretty spicy. I think the front ones might have been 250 bucks. And then we got some on the rear. 400 bucks. Why not? You don't need them. We got them. That's what it cost. That's a cost breakdown. If we got it right, should I add it up now, or come here and pull up your calculator? In the meantime, I'll give a quick shout out to all the brands that helped out with the build. You'll display them on the screen, won't you, Jai? Yep, but we got TI Performance supplying all the injectors, map sensors, J3 chip, helping out with the tuning. Absolute legend, and yeah, they do some gangster shit for Falcons. We got Hypergear Turbos, of course, main sponsor of Keeper Reet, one of the main sponsors. Anyway, Hypergear Turbos. Spicy, MPC for the clutch, Shockworks for the coilovers, PWR for the intercooler, Pertec Bayswater for the lines and fittings, AU House for the lock kit, Moto Kits looked after us a little bit with the body kit, and GJ Drivelines hooked it up with the custom tail shaft. That's that. Let's work out how much. If Jai added up everything I said in the video, it might be slightly different because I wasn't referring to the notes the entire time. But $28,790 for a fucking nugget. No, I'm kidding. This car's got a lot of potential. It's still in the works, but yeah, once the motor, well, if the motor gets hurt, we'll obviously build the motor, but it's capable of a lot of power. It's got the clutch, gearbox, driveline, all the suspension and steering you need, and it looks spicy. Definitely a cool car, a lot of potential. Lucky we don't pay retail on a lot of parts. We've got a lot. But still, you wouldn't be knocking off that much. I hope you enjoyed the content we made with this car, because it probably cost us a lot of money. If you want to support the company, join up to be a loyalty member at keepereat.com. Go on the chance to win all the gangster giveaway cars we do. Or buy some merch. Like this dirty top I'm wearing. Something like that. All that money, and we've done a total of 3 laps drifting. Yeah, hope you enjoyed this cost rundown. If you're as shocked as we are, nah, I saw it coming, to be honest. I saw it coming. Roast us in the comments for spending 30 grand on an AU. And yeah, stick around, we'll be back to the usual content soon. If you want to see more cost breakdowns of the dumb shit we spend a lot of money on, let us know in the comments down below. Maybe we'll throw in a couple of clips of this thing not cooking because it was wet when we drove it back. Cooking a silicone doing it, you're not wrong. That's it, I'm rambling. Thanks for watching. Make sure you hit the like button. We'll see you in the next one. Bye. $4,500. $1,400. $1,800. $400 because I made it. $200 eBay. $300. It's about $500. 60 bucks. $100 bucks. $150 bucks. $200 bucks. We're gonna say that's $150. 40 bucks each. 80 bucks. 800 bucks for that. We're gonna say 1,500 bucks. 300 bucks. Around 700 bucks. To at least 1,000. 250 bucks. 70 bucks. 300 bucks. 700 bucks. 250. Back about 2.5. 650 bucks. 400 bucks.